You are a yummy, juicy green candle. I'm giving you a very quick update, baby dolls. I've got some more content coming for you later. But the Bitcoin price, the median expectation, not the average, the median, which is a better representation. If we get the normal Q4 median, which is in a election year, 2012, 2016, 2020, it's plus 55%. It brings us about 97K. So I've got more content for you coming later on, so we just go through that more. So that's where we're hopefully going to head by the end of the year, assuming the economy doesn't crack. The unemployment rate can crack at a moment's notice. Now the Fed is always data dependent, right? But now it's going to be which data? It's unemployment data. And for everybody else out there who doesn't know, the unemployment data for Americana comes out the first Friday of every month. That's when they release the non-farm payroll jobs. But for the rest of crypto, we're all enjoying the green candles, right? Especially PulseChain is enjoying it. Incentive token is up 12%. Dogecoin's only up 3%. Why? Well, it's very simple, friends. I mean, you do some strong analysis here. Incentive has a green logo. Doge is pretty brown. So it's an affinity preference by the market. They just prefer green logos out here. So if incentive token flips Doge, you got a 350 ink dollar. $350 ink, which would actually be fantastic to see if we get that. Now I have the ink price chart up here. And where would that be? Up here, if we went 150 bar, 350 bucks, it would be up here if we got that 176x. But what you can do is you can look at the pulse ratio, and this is another way to look at it. So if this thing does a return back to the top, that's a 6x. That's ink pulse doing a 6x. So if you believe one day this ratio gets back up here, and you think Pulse can do a 30x from today, you have your $350 ink. So what I've done is I go, well, if Pulse does a 30x from today, you remember that number 30, and then you have a leverage on it by a factor of 6, this is 6x. So if this goes up 6x, friends, it means whatever Pulse does, you go up 6 times more. That's why ratios are powerful. Also deadly on the way down, okay? So if Pulse did a 30, what's 30 times 6, friends? That's about 180x. Yes, so you get roughly a $350 ink. So this is ink at $2.01. You also have PulseChain up here, 7%, PulseX 12%. Hex is up a whopping 25%. I guess the market is choosing, once again, Hex to be a superior store of value, friends. It's amazing because, you know, Bitcoin is up 2%, Ethereum's up 2%. It's nice to see these things finally turn around. Icosa is up 31%. Big smackdown there. So obviously, it's got plenty more to go through. Most importantly, you want to check the ratios, friends. So remember, I've made a post. I will make more videos just to remind you. Just got to be thinking about it. It's very unlikely we get both of these two worlds where world A, the altcoin versus ETH ratios catch up. That's world A. And world B is Ethereum goes to like 20 to 30K, somewhere there. Most likely it's going to be one of those two worlds. It's always possible Ethereum has that world there, but it's seeming unlikely, third cycle curse, for our cycle anyway. You never know. That might be a 2028 to 2032 type of phenomena. But for now, you see things like Pulse catching up on ETH. Okay, this is up 40% in September already. That's why, friends, it's really dangerous, man. If you're selling bottoms, I know, yeah, coins go down. I mean, like, what you do now? You already sold, but most of you haven't. 99% of you haven't, but you can't buy back your position. Goodbye. Now you get your fear of missing out, man. It's just going to go up without you. Literally, like, that's the most dangerous part about selling PulseChain. You already have maximum gatekeeping on it. So it can only get better from here. That's why it's dangerous. Doesn't mean the price can't go down. Of course it can. You're just talking about odds and risk. It's kind of like, you know, you're playing blackjack. Okay, if you always hit when you've got 19 out of 21, you always hit. Yeah, there are going to be a time, you know, you get a 2, you get an ace, okay? But on average, you're going to get pooped. So this is Pulse versus ETH ratio. It's up 40%. People who sold the bottoms, because look, once again, man, we go through this a lot of times, friends. I'll play some pump music for you. The market has chosen. That's what I'm talking about. The market prices things in, for friends. It's We're seeing a rate cut. Remember the FOMC pricing in stuff. It's going to be more aggressive as the data comes on. So it's going to be people, if the data doesn't crack, you're just going to have a lot of people saying, well, rate cuts are bearish, which they already are. And that's what everyone's saying. And they're going to be praying for that unemployment to crack. So people on the sidelines are risking a lot. They are truly risking a lot because they believe that the unemployment jobs is just going to spike up any day now. And I'm asking you to think about what if we don't get such a nasty spike? Or what if it spikes, but the market doesn't mind it? What if that, friends? What if the unemployment starts to go up, but the stock market is like, you know what? We understand. We're not that uncertain about this because we know you just have to reverse the rates harder and everything's okay. You know, and that might put more pressure on people who are sidelined because they're waiting for a big fat stonk market crash, aren't they, friends? So what if stocks, man? What if stocks, they just do this, like everyone's just waiting for it to crack and it just does this? What if it just goes like everyone's waiting for it to crack and then, oh my gosh, what if that happens? And then it comes back down and something like that happens, right? But look at the deviation from here. They've missed out on another like 6%. That's fatal, man. Like if stocks are up 6%, crypto's up 50% for Bitcoin by that point, and just slowly just walks away from you. So these people who are waiting for economies to crack, man, yeah, they do crack. They do crack. Things have cracked, but now it's like, okay, you've slowed down. You're driving 100 on the freeway. Okay, you put your foot on the brakes. Okay, eventually the car's going to stop. But is it going to stop there's a difference between it stopping in 15 seconds and maybe like 2 minutes. Total difference there. And everyone's gambling on that, right? The bull posting is also going to continue. If you're curious as well, friends, see, Richard Hart talks about Hex as store of value on the website, comparing it to gold. So we're going to compare it to gold. If Hex was gold's market cap, it would be $153. So we all know, can you stake your gold? No. Can you degen your gold and buy it on a decentralized exchange? No, you can't. Okay. -2 for gold already. Has everybody already been exposed to gold? Yeah, it's listed everywhere. -3 already. Can you store it in a wallet? No, you can't. So a digital wallet. You can't store gold there. There you go, -4. What about the upside? Can gold grow up 10x in a year? No, it can't. Gold's market cap is what, like 16 trillion? So if you want gold, friends, if you literally want gold to double, you got to add a couple of hundreds of billions of dollars, literally, of money coming into that. Hex only needs, I think, for Hex to do a 4x, you only need $10 million. For Hex to do a 100x, you need about $150 million from today. 150 to 200 million. Net, that's net buyer. Of course, there's people selling on the way, but you just insert $150 million, and if no one bought, no one sold, okay, you got 100x. So the possibilities are endless if you're early and contrarian. Here is also Greg the Duck celebrating, friends. Going to have a nice bath. That's all we're here for. All the bull posting will commence. Everything is going to commence. Shout out to Mr. J Plush. Hex is real gold fight. That's right, sir. That's right. We've only just getting started, friends, by the way. We've literally only got started. So don't forget, we're always going to keep jamming throughout the bull market. The September candle for Bitcoin is now green. That's another big possibility. But also, friends, if things get messy on the euphoria side, don't lose sight of the principles. Strong community, active megaphones, you need that. This is a funny post here. Monkey Man, let's do a community takeover. Let me make a group. Look at this guy. Bro, you're the dev. Oh, shit. So it's just, friends, this is literally, that's the average coin out there. This guy, he was typing on his dev account. He was meant to be in his other anonymous Telegram. He was meant to say, oh, let's do a community takeover, when it was like, here's the insider involved. It's just people trying to scam each other. That's not what we're here for. Also, friends, so as we move on to this bull market, hopefully we continue just that 4-year cycle. The global liquidity index still rising. And it's undeniable at this point that they are going to keep minting and printing. They're going to try to get Kamala Crappers to win, right, for this election coming up. Tether's still minting as well. So the macro is still going. But the data can turn any point. Like if the unemployment jobs just start cracking too hard, it's pretty much everything goes down. Then they have to ask, themselves, how much does the Fed cut or what type of problem it is. Remember, friends, the market, it doesn't care about the unemployment rate. Just listen to this. It doesn't care about the unemployment rate or the kippy or anything else, okay? It cares about uncertainty. That's what it cares about, okay? It doesn't like uncertainty. When you have a man-made, self-induced harm of just raising rates and nothing else in the world is basically blowing it up, the market can price that in. It just goes, okay, we just have to adjust our growth rates of the earnings. But it's rare. You don't get like this always happening. That's in a perfect world. Usually what ends up happening is, as it's being priced in slow down, somewhere down the line, there's a big crack because it's a weakened state. There's a shock somewhere, a war or inflation or demand cut, or zombie virus, whatever it is, okay? It's while you're in that weakened state, bad stuff happens. But right now, it's in a good state. But everybody's expecting, there's going to be a black swan that's just going to send us from strong to like weak. No, most likely what happens is we're like economy's strong. It'll go to like mildly strong and then like medium. And then most likely the stock market will already start rolling over and crypto might have been done by its cycle next year. And then in 2026, just to give you an example of how it plays out in the past, in 2026, as things are like mildly medium, then a shock happens. So while you're already in a weakened state, the cracking starts occurring, okay? And then everyone acts like, we just got to cut rates again. No, it takes time for things to turn around, okay? As a final message for you, friends, unfollow the Twitter influencers who talk down on poor people or put others down. Follow me instead. So as we go up, friends, we got to think like a winner. Don't follow these people putting down poor people. And but I'm not talking about, I know people might think, is anyone in PusleChain community like that? I don't think so. Maybe there is, but not many. But out there in mainstream crypto, like Bitcoin maxis, sometimes Ethereum, just altcoin, there are a lot of people that talk like that. I'm telling you, you end up in a nasty place. You end up either being rugged or the coin goes down and the person who you were in it for, they will, mark my words, they will betray you. They will come out when the coin's down later on and they'll say, you're an idiot, you should have taken profit, or I knew something was wrong when this happened. Like they pretend like that they were aware the whole time, or you're an idiot. They gaslight everybody, okay? So I saw it happen in the last cycle and I've kept it in my memory bank because I know these scum. I'm not going to name their names, but they're, the worst side of them are going to come out at that bottom of that next bear market. So you got to use this as your fuel to make sure that you win with me in the bull. That's why I've got a health check here. Time to unfollow those people. I've been following them for over 2 years now, and trust me, they give you no competitive edge. Cleanse yourself of negative people. They will shill us poison later on, okay? So don't follow these people. Don't listen to these people saying, you're poor, this or that, friends. One of the greatest gifts I ever gave you was not just our friendship, but it was also the knowledge of when you invest in crypto and how much your exposure is. It's not about the dollars. It's about units of your living expenses. That's what it's from. It's not about, what's $1,000 here, or like $400 in Poland is worth a lot more than $400 in New York, okay? So shout out to my Poland baby dolls as well. And shout out to the New York cities. Now, the most important part of looking at it in that perspective is so you understand how you can actually measure units of time. So don't worry about trying to improve your life. Try to like buy the rest of your life off. That's what you want. Okay, so if you're living in a cardboard box right now and all you eat is apples, sweet. But you still got a job? Okay, we got to get rid of the job part first. Don't worry about, you want to eat apples, you want to upgrade to bananas. You want to have 2 bananas a day, one morning and night. You want to upgrade from like a brown box. Now you want like the dark green fruit and vegetable boxes, okay? You want one of the premium ones up there. So don't worry about the upgrade part. That's how people end up getting broke, because they're trying to chase that. You're just trying to think, okay, maybe you have 2 weeks of income left. By the way, you're not going to make it with just that, okay? 2 weeks of income. There are people in crypto, they have 3 months, 6 months, 12 months exposure. People in the stock market have 25 years exposure. They fully retire on it. Crypto will one day get to 25 years. It will have everyone's like life savings, but that's going to be in the future, right? But we're early now. And that's why you're my friend. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.